Well, great morning, everyone. Let's pull some cards and do a wisdom from the universe and just see what it's going to tell us today. So what is the wisdom that's going to come down today? Shuffle these really well. First card out is when things are overturned, hung up. Let's see what the rest of the cards are so we know what direction that this is. Above it we have, this could be the White House. This is my card for the White House. Also, your home situation. Are things grounded or are they not? So these are the staffs or the rods or whatever you want to call them. A 4 is about stabilization, okay? Are things stable? It's about energy, it's about motion. And the foundation is strong mental attitude, okay? A strong mental attitude. And underneath of it is new ideas, ideations. Okay, I kind of see where this is starting to go. You've got to wind up putting them all together. So it can be about seeing things from a different perspective. Sometimes some things may have to be sacrificed, and about having, if you want stability, and underneath of it, a strong mental attitude for transformation. Okay. Idealism. Okay. And underneath of it, the inheritance. So it's about looking at ideals that we have had. Now, are these ideals that need to be sacrificed, or they're ideals that can be upheld? And they're good for transformation. Now, if you're coming from a background, I came from a background where my father would have fit right in with the Trumpites. I have to say, if a black man would come on the TV, he'd scream at the TV. I mean, literally, would scream at the TV. And, racist, prejudiced. When I got married, I married a Puerto Rican, and he actually said to me, "What's wrong? Can't you get a white guy?" Yeah, that was his view. So in this case, this is his idealism was something that I definitely was not a part of, and it's what I grew up with around there. Yeah, an idealism of obstruction. Okay, so we need to have, okay, I see where this is going. Inheritance, these are things we need to have conversations about bringing in a new mentality, something new, and it's something we need to work on for what? For higher understanding, better government, etc. If we want to move forward in a strong way, then this is something that has to end, okay? These prejudicial type of behaviors, these need to be sacrificed. They need to be overturned. We need to see from a different view if we are going to have a strong home, a strong life, a strong government, a strong presidency, okay, then you need to take this mentality and have transformation. Butterflies are transformations of what? The mental ideas. So when it comes to these idealisms of obstruction, okay, which we see going on in the Repugly Ugly realm, in this MAGA crowd, and again, these could be things that they've inherited, they've come up with in their life situation, because here we have, this is something they grew up with, many of them. You have the path of life here that you walk. And again, maybe this is something they were raised with and they just bought into, and they haven't really looked at it, and they just accepted it. But it's time that we continue to have conversations about this and enlighten these people, get them to come out of their dark ideologies about when it comes to racist and it comes to women, etc. These are things that we need to have conversations about to the population, to the communities, because it won't change unless we can get them to accept new ideas and come to a stronger mental ability for transformation. Okay? Like I said, growing up in my home, it was not a pleasant place to live. I came out of a home where my father was really a misogynist. He really hated women. I have to put that out there. He had no respect for women, totally racist. He was born in Kansas, okay, German ancestry, and was just horrid to live around, to hear his ongoing rants on a daily basis, etc. Now, one thing, you can either be somebody that buys into that growing up, or something that you see that is the last thing you ever want to be or have in your life. In my case, it was the latter. I knew this was something that was toxic. I wanted nothing to do with it. And again, was something that I wanted to get as far away from as I could, as soon as I could in my own life. So, when he's telling me, what, can't you find a white man? I said, if it's somebody like you, then it's the furthest thing I want to be away from, okay? Literally. Now, I was married to a Puerto Rican and I was married to a Chinese. Okay, need I say more? I'm not putting this on all white men. Absolutely, there are some absolutely wonderful gems out there. Case in point, my son-in-law is fabulous. Couldn't ask for a better guy. But in my life situation, I just have to say that's the way it worked out. Okay. Again, it's about sacrificing old ideas that maybe you grew up with, that you were surrounded with, these ideals that they were trying to put into place, which some of them are toxic. And if you're around something that's toxic and obstructionism, then it needs to be overturned, and you need to see from a different point of view if you want to get the stability, if you want to have stability, if you want to wind up going forward and having a good home life, and stability in the government, etc., then we have to be open to these radical changes of new ideas and radically be able to change it, put it into place for a total transformation, for a very strong transformation. And the only way that's going to happen is if we have conversations and we continue to open up and challenge this old cadre of dark belief systems, which are driving some. Now, I watched again one of these things at a Trump rally where they asked these people, what's more dangerous, drag or guns? All of them said drag, more dangerous than guns. I'm just like, A dress and makeup never killed anybody, okay? I'm just saying. But AK-47s and guns kill people every day. They end lives. So this shows what a warped mentality these people are in, and they really need to be educated. You know, they say, well, we want guns. We want to be able to protect ourselves. There's a difference between having something to protect yourself and running around with an AK-47. And they can't make that leap, that there's a difference there between a gun that's made for war, that's made to kill 100% in the most rapid, destructive way possible, versus something that was there for protection. Well, they go, well, the Second Right Amendment. Yeah, the Second Right Amendment. They did not have AK-47s there. They had muskets. You know how long it takes to load and reload a musket? Okay? They didn't even have Winchester rifles back then. They had muskets. Now, if you want to go back and have muskets, I'm all for it. Carry your musket, okay? But AK-47s are another thing entirely. And just because we want to get rid of AK-47s, weapons of war, does not mean we want to take away all of your guns. But this is what they do. They go into that radicalization of just on overload fear. If you take those away, you're going to take away everything. And that's what the uber right does. Continues to put out fear and drama and hate and just this misogynist ideations and just repressions and restrictions on women. You know, I really don't understand women that are in MAGA. I really don't understand that at all. What are these people thinking? So on that note, I'm going to leave this here, and thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you online.